Hi guys, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast with me, Kosi, and of course we are going to be looking at the playmaker we need, the new number 10. Who do Arsenal really need? Hasemowa, Said Benrahma. Do we need Julian Draxler? Who should we sign as our new number 10? Mesut Ozil is one of those players that you would think are really having high quality in the squad, but they're not really helping us. Who should we bring in? Welcome back to the Late Gunners podcast. This is one of the shows that I really miss a lot on this podcast. Now, guys, welcome back on the Late Gunners podcast. I'm going to start with apologizing. We have really been away for some time because of internet, but I'm back. And I want to say I'm back. So, guys, who should we sign as the new number 10? I want to take in your predictions. I want to take in your comments. Tell me, who should Mikel Arteta sign? First and foremost, you guys know now that Arteta has been made part of the board. So that really means a lot. It really means a lot when it comes to Mikel Arteta working together with Edu and the board to see that they can actually bring in new players. He can decide on who he wants and can also decide on who he doesn't want. I'm going to be putting a link in the commentary section. I'm going to be put for you a link in the commentary section. Tap on that link, you'll be able to come live. We are going to be discussing who should actually be Arsenal's number 10, the Arsenal podcast. Who should actually be Arsenal's number 10? So Mikel Arteta has been made part of our, decision-making process. He can decide on who comes in. He can decide on who gets out. I think that's a big opportunity. That's a really big opportunity. Second and foremost, he's going to be working very closely with Edu and Vinay and the board as well. That means if he wants the money, he's going to be getting it. If he wants, the players, he is going to be getting them. That is according to what Vinay said in his interview. Probably that it meant that. Now, as we enter the new season, you guys can realize that our midfield is really very shaky, very shaky. Look at the same old players we had last season are the same players we have this season. That doesn't make sense. It sounds like crap. You have Granit Xhaka, who wasn't good enough. You have Mohamed El Nedi, who was out on loan, impressed, but still not good enough for Arsenal. You still have, all the players that were not good enough, they are back. Do we need to, make improvements? Yes, of course. How many players have we been linked with? 1 million. But let us look at almost 5 players that could actually replace the number 10, the playmaking role at Arsenal. I'll start with Mesut Ozil. Now, rumors have had it all over this summer that this player is going to be moving out of Arsenal, maybe going to UAE, maybe going to Turkey. But the player has made it clear that he's going to stay with the club until his contract expires at the end of the season. In my opinion, I would think if a player is getting 350k, a season, there is a reason as to why he's getting such wages. Probably he has the potential to take the team to the next step. What do you think, guys? What do you think on the Late Gunners podcast? And like I said, if you want to join me, the link is in the description. Sorry, the link is in the commentary section. I put it, it's in the commentary section. Tap on it and you'll be live. So, Mesut Ozil must be one of those players that actually add value to the club. That's the truth. They must be one of those players that add value to the club. So, should we give Mesut Ozil another chance? In my opinion, for one season. Let us not waste the money we are giving him. Let him come and earn his money. I have someone already. Hello, Van Persie.
Hello,
Hello,
how
bro.
are
How are
you?
you doing?
I can hear. I'm fine. And you?
I'm really fine as well.
So what's happening over there, bro?
It's a pleasure to have you here on the Arsenal podcast this evening.
Pleasures are all mine, bro.
We are literally hours to our first game, and we haven't signed a midfielder. Like, we brought in Ceballos on loan. He was there last season, so he's not a new boy. But I'm still today on this show. I want to focus on the number 10 role. Who do you think we should bring in as the number 10? Should we give Mesut Ozil a chance? Should we give Julian Draxler a chance? should we bring in Said Benrahma, or we should get in say Hausamoa at 55 million pounds? Do you think we need a number 10, or you think Willian can actually do it for us? What do you think about the number 10 role at Arsenal?
Actually, I'm a big fan of Ozil. I've loved him as a fan, but right from Real Madrid, Ozil has always been my idol. So, but it all depends on the coach, on what he wants from a player. So, but with my own opinion, I would love um, Hossein Hour. Yeah, I don't think Arsenal will like to get what is his name, Julian Draxler, because Arsenal have chased him for over 7 years. So
So
he's not he's no longer in that the way he used to play before. Yeah. So I think
okay, so you think
what
we should go for Hausamoa, Julian Draxler? You have just Julian Draxler for the ever since I think 2014-15, and he has failed. Right now, he's a flop. PSG, maybe maybe. Mm. What do you think about Said Benrahma? What do you think about Said Benrahma? He has been very, very highly rated, I should say. Highly rated, and he's at Brentford, almost less than 30 million. I think around 20 million. You can get his signature. He has very good, statistics and decent. He had a decent season last season at Brentford. Although he's still in the championship, he's not really had a lot of things to do when it comes to top leagues and European football. Would you give Said Benrahma a chance?
actually, to be honest with you, I've not watched the young lad play. I've not even watched his game before. I've not followed him. I only hear about him, but I don't know what he's all about. But the truth is that he plays in the championship, and championship looks similar to the Premier League. I think he can come into Arsenal and adopt very fast.
All right. I still want to get in a couple of people. I want to add Imran. Imran, how are you, bro?
I'm okay. How are you, sir?
I'm fine as well. We are still looking at the number 10 role because, still literally when we were playing under Arsene Wenger, the number 10 role was very, very key. Mesut Ozil, Cesc Fabregas, that kind of player that used to make that last pass, at Arsenal was very key. Right now, under Mikel Arteta, it seems the role is dying out. But in the market, we are trying to sign in someone like someone like that. What do you think about the new number 10? Who should it be? Do you go for Draxler? Do you go for Benrahma? Or you would actually go for Mesut Ozil to stay? Or would you play Willian as a number 10 at Arsenal?
Since we still have Mesut Ozil around, we can give him a second chance. Maybe he can prove that he can play that role. If he can't afford, we still have Willian on the ground. Since we don't have enough funds to go to the market, we can use the available personnel around, and we see what it will all bring out.
You suggest we get in Mesut Ozil, give him a chance, and then we see how things are going to turn out. But of course, he's getting old. Probably Mikel Arteta is building a bigger project for the next 5 years. If you wanted to go to the market, Benrahma is 25, Hausamoa is 22, Julian Draxler is 26. All of them would work for you for the next 5 years. Who would you go for? Among those three in the market?
Benrahma.
You would go for Benrahma.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The truth is, if I look at Benrahma and Hausamoa, Awa is younger. He's more entertaining on the pitch. when you look at the statistics, last season, Benrahma had better statistics than Awa and Julian Draxler combined. But still, I would go for Asamoah because he's 22, and I think I like the way he plays for us. But I'm gonna be very frank with you. What do you think about us, using Willian as a number 10? Because this has been so much in speculation. What do you think about us using, Willian as a number 10? Do you think it would work for us, to some extent?
Willian is so versatile, he can play that role.
So you think Willian can give us that role as a number 10?
Yeah, he can play that well.
Oh, of course, so many people are gonna come here and tell us that Willian is quite versatile and so on. And Mikel Arteta said it in his in his interview, and when he was trying to convince the player that probably his versatility is one of the issues that he's going to use actually on the to benefit us. He wants us back in the Champions League and so on. But I'm going to engage Van Persie again. Van Persie, Mikel Arteta thinks he can win the Champions League in the coming years. He told Willian that he wants to win the Champions League in the next 3 years. First and foremost, do you see the board helping out Mikel Arteta on that?
I think yes. With the way Arsenal is going, the kind of business they are doing, they are actually not letting anybody know what they are doing, but they are up to something, which I'm 100% sure.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to bring in Obed, who comes in as Baxter. Is it Baxter or Obed? I'll read the name Baxter. How are you, Baxter? Hello. Baxter, are you there? I think his internet is quite still disturbing about the question. And, the board, I think the management of Arsenal is changing so much, guys on the stream, and you guys know that. One of the things that I'm really very happy about, Mikel Arteta has been named top manager, not from head coach to head manager. And I'm going to start with Van Persie. You think Mikel Arteta being part of the process of recruitment now, bringing players, decides who should come in, he decides on who should go. Do you see that taking us somewhere, maybe improving our transfer, to somehow, spending smart, because we are not going to spend much, but we might spend smart because of Arteta. Do you see, our transfers, getting better? He has taken the role of Arsene Wenger. Do you think he's going to become, make us better in the transfer market, or you think it's going to become another Arsene Wenger trying to deceive us all transfer sum?
Well, I think the best decision Arsenal ever made since Arsene Wenger left was this decision today that I saw on the news, that they made Arteta the head manager at Arsenal, sorry. So Arteta has worked under one of the best managers in the world. And I think he has learned a lot. And he knows what he's doing. So he knows what he wants and the kind of players he wants to play with. So he can go into the market and get the players he wants. And for the fact that he has the right now to make a decision that this is the player I want, this is who I don't want. I think with the way he played last season, he can take us now to the next level.
Yeah. And I'm going to involve Imran. Imran, 256. What do you think about Mikel Arteta now being able to decide on who comes at the club, who goes out on loan, and who leaves the club? Because that's what Vinay said very, very clearly in his interview. what do you think? Do you think this is making us better? Do you see, Arsenal becoming a better club, especially in transfers? Because that's what the fans are crying out, that, our transfers are really, really, crap. Do you think that's gonna make us better, as we run very fast back to the number 10 debate?
Definitely, I agree on that. If I heard him very well in today's press conference, he was like he wants to take Arsenal to the next level, make it a better club that it was in the previous years or one decade or two. Actually, he said that he wants to maintain the Arsene Wenger style of having Arsenal financially stable as they are buying players. So he's considering that too much and giving him the authority of making decisions as an individual. We are seeing Arsenal going to the next level.
Yeah, and that is where I wanna close this and go back to my, debate, which is the number 10 role at Arsenal. Guys, let us think about this. I'm gonna start with you, Imran. Just look at the way we've been playing under Mikel Arteta, without a number 10, literally without a number 10. 3-4-3, three back four midfielders, which of them two are fullbacks, and then you have Ceballos and Xhaka, and then you have three in front, a striker, a left winger, and and a right winger. Do you think we still need a number 10, or you think we should actually carry on without a number 10? Do you think number 10 is quite traditional? Would you go with the 3-4-3 under Mikel Arteta, or would you bring in a number 10 and go with something like a 4-2-3-1?
We're doing so well whenever we could play number 10. And when things changed, the philosophy of Arsenal also changed. So we need to have back the number 10. And that can be done by Hossein Aouar, who we are now seeing being a little bit hard for us to acquire since the bosses are not willing to give us enough funds. But we can still use the available personnel like Willian and maybe Mesut Ozil until when we try to buy, because Mikel Arteta said in today's press conference that it is a process. It is something which is going to take 1 to 3 years. So we have to wait on and see what comes out.
Yeah, it's really true. Bampasi, you think we should use a number 10, or we are good to go with a 3-4-3, Mikel Arteta's new philosophy, new formation at Arsenal? I remember Arsene Wenger tried to use it, but he was using a 3-5-2, and it didn't work out for him. It didn't work out for him, truly. But do you want us to go back to using a number 10, Percy, or you would say let us use a 3-4-3, but do away with Xhaka, replace him with Partey, and do away with Ceballos and bring in Aouar to create more chances and dictate the rhythm of the game, and then score more goals from the midfield? What do you think? What is your take on a number 10 at Arsenal?
I think Arteta is a tactical masterclass coach. The reason why he's playing 3-4-3 is just because Arsenal have not had that solid defensive midfielder who can stand there and command in that pitch. So that's the reason why he haven't switched to 4-3-3 formation, because I think it's what he wants to play. But because he haven't had that defensive midfielder, he can't play that formation. And the reason why Ozil is not performing, it's not as if Ozil is not a good player or he's not good anymore. He needs someone like Patrick Vieira to play behind him. I think if Ozil can get such a player, you can see the best of Ozil. The problem with Ozil is that Ozil cannot mark. And so many players are like that. Ozil cannot mark the ball. And that's the problem he's having with Mikel Arteta. So
Interesting.
to me, Arsenal still need that number 10 in the squad.
Wow. The traditional number 10, the Dennis Beckham. You know, when I think about number 10 at Arsenal, I think about Dennis Beckham, guys. Percy, how do you rate him? How do you rate, Dennis Beckham? You think we can get someone,
So,
like Dennis Beckham?
well, I don't compare players to the other because you can get someone who can
Nani
equal
njagala
him,
okukola wano
and you
katono
can
nnyo
as
ddala.
well get someone who can beat him.
Okay.
Because yeah, football is changing.
Okay.
The way it
Baxter.
is in Dennis Beckham's era is not like the way it is now.
I have Baxter on the show as well. Baxter, are you there? Hello. Baxter, are you there? Baxter. I don't know whether this is another bell, but there is a bell I had, banned from my studio. I'm gonna kick you out of my
Hi,
studio.
Kosi, how are you doing?
I'm good, blood. This is Obed, right? Yeah.
I'm
Or this is Baxter.
I'm on the show. I'm on the show. I'm around.
Okay, blood. We are on the debate, the number 10 debate, and I want to have your say. Would you have Arsenal rather go back to the traditional way of playing football?
Yeah,
Have a number 10 and then a striker. The number 10 creates roles, creates chances for the striker, creates many assists, and then score goals from his midfield. Which particularly Mesut Ozil is the responsibility of Mesut Ozil right now. He's not doing it, to the expectation. Or would you rather go for a 3-4-3 where we do not need a number 10? We're getting more, goals from the midfield and the wingers, but without a number 10. What do you think about that? I think his mic is muted as well. Okay. Sash,
Why is man naked?
how are you, Sash?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut
Sash has really a big problem, and I think he's just new to the internet. Baxter, you're live now. I can see you. Hello.
all right. I was trying to tell you, thank you for this opportunity once again.
It's okay, blood.
Oh God. My network is fucking me up, but I'm sorry. I don't know whether it will be all right, but my own
You can
opinion,
try
I
to
think.
you can try to connect with audio only.
I think we should. Okay. So I should take off the camera.
Yeah, you can try to connect with audio only and try and see that. All right.
All right. I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I was trying to say we need the number 10. We need the number 10, and as of now, if we try to get a number 10, a creative midfielder, that would be good. But if we don't have a number 10, if we don't get that real number 10, because Mesut Ozil is no longer that guy who brings in his best. I think Mesut Ozil would bring out his best, but I think he lacks something. Like Mikel Arteta not giving him the chance to play. I think he's saw something lacking from Mesut Ozil, but he's a good number 10. He's a very, very, very decent player. He's one of the best players we have in our team. But as of right now, he's not at his best peak, so I think he won't help us.
All
He
right.
has the force on small teams like, but if you play him against Man City, you won't see Ozil anywhere. You won't see Ozil anywhere. So if we don't get a number 10, if we don't get our, and if we don't like, if we don't try getting Benrahma, then I think we should go for a 3-4-3. Um, I wouldn't go for a 3-4-3 if we had no Willian, but I think we should go for a 3-4-3
All
because
right.
Willian can do us that. Willian can create more goals. Willian can do everything. So I really don't think Ozil will help us. Even if he's going to stay, he won't help
Yeah.
us that much. So if we don't get our, then let's go for a 3-4-3. That's my
Um,
opinion.
I've been asking this question on the show, and I want to ask it again. Onto you. Who would you go for in the market? Supposedly you have Awa at 55 million. You have Benrahma who recorded basic, better statistics than Awa last season in the championship. And you have Julian Draxler who could be cheaper, but he needs, to revive. He hasn't had, the best of the past in the 1 or 2 seasons. Who would you go for in the market as your number 10?
All right, thank you for that question. That's quite a very big question. But Draxler Draxler wants to stay at PSG. I read that quote somewhere. I don't know whether it is true, but he really wants to stay at PSG. So I don't think we can get him. Even if he's cheaper, he doesn't want to make a move to the Premier League. So let me leave him out of those players you're talking about now. Now, I'm going to talk about our and Benrahma. So this our is far better than Benrahma, but then Benrahma has a very, very big advantage than our, because Benrahma is playing in England. Even if he's not playing in that top flight league, but he's playing in England. He's been facing England clubs everywhere in the competition. So I don't think he's going. I don't think if our comes to Premier League, to Arsenal, then that means he's going to take like a season without adapting the league. You know, and this thing of midfield is very, very difficult. Like, you adapting to a play system Arteta wants, it's going to be difficult for him. He's a decent player, he's a nice creative midfielder, but I would rather go for Benrahma. If we don't have money, then I would rather go for Benrahma, because Benrahma has very, very decent statistics. He's a very nice player. He's playing in England, and like championship has very, very, like strong football. You know what I mean? So if we don't get our, then let's go for Benrahma, because Benrahma is also young. Our is also young. But if we don't get our, let's go for Benrahma is at a cheap price. We can get that money, bro. I just want you to understand. Benrahma is been playing. Is now going to face Watford. Is now going to face teams from the Premier League. Do you think he's not going to do what he does best?
Well,
So
I think he's a decent player. I cannot really
I
say,
wouldn't
I
I
haven't
wouldn't
watched much about
go
him. He has
for
decent
our
statistics. He had a decent season. That's all I can say.
yeah, right. But let me tell you something. You see, this is going to be an incident like Chelsea left Salah to go because he had not shown his best. Like they didn't give him that chance. Chelsea left KDB to go. You now see there are top players
Yeah.
everywhere. So if you can at least grab Benrahma from that championship team like Brentford, then he's going to be a top class player. I promise you. Our is cool.
Right.
He's a good player, but it's going to take long to adapt the Premier League. You
All right.
understand? So I think we should go for Benrahma at a cheap price.
All right. I'm gonna switch at your attention, guys. Everybody on the stream, thank you so much. Smash the likes up. I'm gonna switch your attention, everybody in the studio and everybody on the show, to Arsenal versus Fulham, our first game of the 2020-2021 season. It's gonna be at the Craven Cottage. It's a London derby against newly promoted side, Fulham. Fulham, and I'm not really afraid of Fulham because of a very good record against them. I'll start with Van Persie. Van Persie, we have a very big, London derby. It's a big game because it's the opener, but we have a very good opportunity against Fulham. We have very good statistics against them. What do you think? Do you think we can actually beat them easily and then progress to the second game, because we have West Ham and Liverpool and Manchester City to think about in the coming games? What's your prediction on that?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say sorry. I got a call from my sister.
Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
why I
It's
left
okay.
in the first time. Yeah. So, talking about the match, I'm always positive when Arsenal has a match. So, tomorrow's match will not be any different. And that match, I'm not seeing Arsenal scoring less than 3 goals.
So
Yeah,
you think
and I think
we are gonna beat them?
Arsenal will smash them. I'm
Smash. I
sure
like the
about
word.
that. Arsenal will smash them.
I like the word smash. Smash. Right. Have Charles as well. I don't know whether he can. Charles, please unmute. Okay. Charles, how are you, my blood?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. You know, of course, we have so many things we are discussing, but let us start with Arsenal Fulham. Because that's where you joined in. What's your prediction, and who do you think should start, especially in the back line with David Louis, Mustafi? You have Callum Chambers. All of them are injured. We have we have a problem when David Louis is away, but we have two new boys, Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Um, who should we start in that back against Fulham?
Rob Holding,
Okay,
Saliba, and Tierney.
Rob Holding, Saliba, and Tierney.
Yes.
You know, when you talk about Rebuilding, I think that he's 24. Kian Tierney is of course he has had a couple of games, but he's still not very old. And then I talk about Saliba. That's a very young defense. Would you trust them? Would you just trust them and you're like, I'm gonna trust this young defense to do it for me against Fulham?
To be honest, we don't have many choices. We only have
Yeah,
3 available first
yeah.
team defenders, and Gabriel Magalhaes is not really ready for this one.
Right. I want to bring in Mr. Sam as well. Mr. Sam, hello.
Hi, Kosi.
How are you doing, my man?
I am good.
I'm going to task you with one of the hardest, tasks on this show. Is between Emi Martinez and Leno, because this has been a debate on this channel for almost the past 2-3 weeks. Who should be our
Yeah,
first goalkeeper, Leno
yeah,
or Emi Martinez? And of course, reports are coming in that Emi could leave if he doesn't start
yeah,
against Fulham. You know,
sure.
Mr. Sam, who should be our first goalkeeper? Leno had a very good, decent season last season. One of the three players that were, players of the season at Arsenal. Emi Martinez was quite very good, especially when he came in, when Leno was injured. And every Arsenal fan got to
Mhm.
know how superb he is when Leno go to the sick bay. Who should be our
Sure.
first goalkeeper? It's gonna be a very, very, decisive decision.
Sure. Because I just want to be straightforward here. I'll go with the Martinez. 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 I think he is the best. He proved himself that he can do better, and because of the fact that he has been with Arsenal for quite some time, I think he deserves chances to prove us. And then with Leno, I think it's going to be difficult for him again, considering the fact that he also wants the first first team jersey. Okay, so it's going to be difficult, I think, for Arteta to choose who is going to be on that spot. But for me, Martinez is the best.
Okay, Martinez is the best. I'm
Yes.
gonna share this to every person on the podcast, because it's a very, very crucial decision Arsenal have to take this season. We either lose one of our best goalkeepers or we keep both of
Mhm.
them. And I'll start. I'll go back to Baxter. Baxter, do we take Leno? Do we take Martinez? For the Premier League as first goalkeeper, who do we take? Baxter, are you there? Probably his internet is disturbing him. I'll go to Charles. Charles, Leno, Martinez. Who should be the starter? Who should be the starter? At us.
Burn Leno for me. No question
Leno.
whatsoever. Yes, yes.
When fans say Martinez, I feel like they are forgetting what Leno did for us last season, when our defense was really, really big crap. But why do you drop Emi Martinez?
Leno is the more experienced goalkeeper. We haven't seen much of Emi Martinez, just 6 months. That's not enough to convince me.
Right? I'll cross over to Van Persie as well. Persie, we have been, Emi Martinez, of course, for me, I've been seeing him at Arsenal for the past 10 years. He has been around. Leno, I've been following Leno, I think, with Leverkusen, and then he joins Arsenal. I was one of the happiest fans when he joined Arsenal, because I knew his potential and I knew what he could do. What do you make of the decision we have to make, Van Persie? Should we go with Leno? Had a very good, decent season. Probably could even do better. He's new to the league. He hasn't spent anything like 5 years in the league. Or should we go with the man himself, Emi Martinez?
Actually, bro, this is not supposed to even be a debate. To be honest with you, it's not supposed to be a debate. I mean, Emi Martinez have not played in the biggest stage, but Leno has been there. I've watched him in Champions League. I've watched him play in Bundesliga. I mean, there is no argument on this. But Leno is the number one, and we will still see him there tomorrow. So that's just the fact. I just want to take people back. Emi Martinez was just doing well because Arteta just came in with his tactics. I mean, if you take Emi Martinez back under Unai Emery, I don't think Arsenal will be where they are. Let's not forget that. If I should take the fans back, they should go and watch the double save against Tottenham. They should watch the save he did against Lukaku under Unai Emery. They should watch the save he made against Lukaku when we played Manchester United. Then they should watch his double save against Tottenham.
Kosi.
Where did he go? I think his network is really disturbing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
think so.
Tell us about your midfield pairing for tomorrow.
Well, I think Arsenal are going to play Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos. I think he will play three at the back. Saliba will be there. Then it's between Gabriel and Holding. I don't know who is going to play, but Kylian Tierney is sure. And to me, I prefer Ainsley Maitland-Niles to play at that right full back. Then I see Arsenal playing front three of Willian, Aubameyang, and Nicolas Pepe.
Today there was a leaked team sheet, you know,
Okay,
and Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang were the front three.
okay.
You can shut up.
But I don't think that's the real team sheet because team sheet comes out an hour before the match or 30 minutes before the match.
No, Arteta was holding a paper with the formation. It was posted
Okay,
on Arsenal's Twitter page. You can go check it. And then there were people who investigated it, and then they zoomed in and saw Pepe, Oba, and Laka up front.
so who is at the back?
We only saw four players, and the Xhaka, Pepe, Oba, and Laka. The others we couldn't see.
Hmm.
Yeah, blood. Yeah,
Well, it's also interesting. I hope
interesting, interesting.
I hope Lacazette can do what he did to them last season.
What do you think about Nketiah starting? You know, full of energy, scored 4 goals in his international break. U21s.
Yeah, I think Nketiah is on fire right now.
But who would you
I think,
start?
well, I give Lacazette a start.
Lacazette. I
Yeah,
think he'll
I
be
give him a
crucial with
start.
his hold up play, you know? Hold up play.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
in the fact that Fulham always likes talking at the back. I think his holding up play will be vital to our game
yes, yes.
tomorrow. Mm.
Uh, what uh, what about Bakuyu Saka starting instead of Nicola Pepe?
No, 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 no.
No place for
I
him.
don't want. I don't want that. As much as I like Saka, but no way, no chance. I need a player who can get at their defense. Pepe needs to rust their defense. And I believe the scoreline should be 4-1, 4-0.
I think 2-0 for Arsenal.
Arsenal won't score less than 3 goals. Believe me.
But it's Scott Parker, you know, a
I
defensive
know he's
minded coach.
I know he's Scott Parker. I see Aubameyang getting 2 goals tomorrow.
2 goals. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting.
Mm. And this season, no one is taking the highest goal scorer from him. He will win the Golden Boot.
What do you make of Nicolas Pepe?
Nicolas Pepe tomorrow, I think he's going to have a very brilliant game. And I see him scoring as well. And I also see Williams getting a goal.
Smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes.
I see William getting a goal tomorrow.
Willian
Yeah.
of the bench. Of the bench.
Y- Yes.
Okay. I actually see someone from the midfield scoring. Jacques or Ceballos.
That would be great. At least it has been a while we saw that at Arsenal.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay, bye, mate. Bye. I'm gone, mate. Smash up the likes. Subscribe
All
to the
right.
Arsenal podcast. Subscribe to the Arsenal podcast. Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Thank you, Kosi, for creating such a channel that has inspired many of us to create our own channel and grow. Thank you, Kosi. Subscribe to the Arsenal podcast. Thank you. I'm out.
All of them. I go put nonsense.
So we lost Costa.
Mm, yeah, I think we've lost him because he actually mentioned of network problem today. I think he's still facing the same
Okay.
issue. Yeah,
It's okay. So we can leave the chat, right?
yeah, we should leave the chat maybe tomorrow.
Right. We'll get in touch tomorrow, okay?
All right,
Night, bros.
like.